And welcome to our first edition of the YouTube exclusive content for the Power of Pro Wrestling podcast. I'm fortunate to be joined today on the pilot episode by my friend Van. So,
what's up?
Thank you for joining me, Van, for this. What's up? What are we, R-Truth today? What's up?
No, V-Truth.
V-Truth, yeah. You're V-Truth and nothing but V-Truth, right?
Right. What's up?
Okay, so for our first YouTube exclusive content for the podcast, at the time of this recording, Fastlane is tomorrow, so I wanted to kind of get your predictions on some matches. We're going to kind of go with the non-title matches, and then we're going to work into the title matches, and just kind of, I wanted to get your predictions and kind of why you picked that. So we're going to start by going with Dolph Ziggler, Rowan and Ryback versus Rollins, Kane, and Big Show. And this was a match that was just announced, I think, today or yesterday or real recently. So tell me who you picked and why you picked them.
Ziggler, Rowan, Ryback win this one. I think we see a further implosion of the Big Show and Kane, and that will lead to the win for the baby faces.
Yeah, I definitely can agree. I do see Ziggler, Rowan, and Ryback winning this. Just for the simple fact of what happened on SmackDown and the beatdown that got put on them by Rollins, Kane, Big Show, J&J Security, just the major beatdown that they took. I can see Ziggler, Rowan, and Ryback winning. And that's going to lead us into a former tag team that just got broke up, I believe, this week. Goldust versus Stardust. So kind of which brother are you picking and why are you picking them?
I think Goldust will pull out a win. They'll set up another match at WrestleMania. I don't think it'll be a satisfying win, which will motivate him to possibly put his career on the line at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go the opposite direction, and I think Stardust is going to win this one. And I do agree that this is probably going to lead into a rematch at WrestleMania. And probably, from rumors, Goldust is trying to wind down his in-ring career and go back to working as an agent. So I definitely could see Stardust winning this and moving on to another match at WrestleMania between his brother. So we'll move into the Divas title match, which is Nikki Bella facing Paige. Who are you picking on that one?
I think Bella keeps it in her underhanded fashion because deep down I still think we're going to see a Bella versus Bella match at WrestleMania.
Okay, that's an interesting pick. I say Nikki Bella, but and kind of for the same reason, maybe there'll be underhand tactics by Brie to help her keep it. I don't think it's really time to give Paige the belt at Fastlane. If she was to get it, have her win it at WrestleMania. That way she can have that big title win. I mean, she won it the night after WrestleMania this past year, and that was kind of considered a big title win for her. But just kind of wait until WrestleMania if you're going to have a title change. So I say Nikki Bella. I do agree there. So let's move on to the tag titles with the Usos versus Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. So who's your pick there, Van?
I picked the Usos to win the match and keep the belts, as this will be a long running and potentially best feud of 2015.
That's a not interesting pick there. I say Usos probably will keep the belts. I wouldn't be surprised if Kidd and Cesaro pulled it out and the titles did change. But I do see this feud going on for more than just this pay-per-view. This could possibly go into WrestleMania, and you may even incorporate more tag teams into it. But Usos, I think, keep the titles for now. I don't think they're going to drop them to Kidd and Cesaro, at least not now. So that's going to move into the United States title, Rusev and John Cena.
Well, Cena will win the match, but Rusev will leave with the belt, so I guess you could say both of them will win.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I do see Cena could possibly win this match, like you said, maybe DQ, count out, something like that. That will give him the win, but have Rusev retain the championship, because I don't see John Cena being U.S. champion, especially with what we talked on the podcast about him being a potential world champion in 2015. So Rusev is keeping the belt, at least right now. I don't think Cena is going to be the guy he drops the belt to.
Yeah, if he wins the U.S. belt, he has to go back to being Thug Life Cena.
That's interesting. So let's go to its counterpart, the IC belt, Dean Ambrose and Bad News Barrett.
I think I got some bad news for Ambrose. I think Barrett keeps the belt in this match. It may be the thumb to the eye, followed by the bullhammer elbow. But it'll be kind of a shaky win for him. But this feud will continue on the WrestleMania also.
Yeah, well, Van, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. At least for Ambrose, where, like you said, Ambrose has been building this, and he's been getting some momentum going into Fastlane, but I don't think it's time for Barrett to drop the IC title. Or I think they do need to stay with B&B, and I think that's probably what they're going to do, especially with what's been happening. Bad News Barrett getting pinned and getting kind of zip-tied to the ring post and being forced to sign the contract, everything that's been done to him. I think WWE is going to go with Bad News Barrett.
They'll lose on TV, win the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of been my theory for picking people. And that leads to the most anticipated match, really the reason for Fastlane, to watch Fastlane, other than the whole Sting Triple H controversy. Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, number one contender. They go on to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. What's your pick? Because I'm excited to hear what you got to say.
It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what happens in this match because they're both going to end up facing Brock Lesnar in a triple threat match at WrestleMania is my prediction. Whether it ends up being a no contest or a draw or something, or whether Bryan wins and on a Raw or something, Roman Reigns gets another match with Bryan, where if he wins, he gets added to the match. So I think no matter how it comes out, all three are going to be in the main event at WrestleMania 31.
Yeah, and I mean, I think when I first heard this match, I was very scared that they were just going to have Roman Reigns destroy Daniel Bryan, but as I read later on that they are thinking about adding Daniel Bryan and making it a triple threat match, actually kind of settled my thoughts and my fears or my doubts that Daniel Bryan was going to win this. I mean, I do see there being an inconclusive finish, or maybe Daniel Bryan wins this and Roman Reigns gets added to the match because he won the Royal Rumble, or maybe Roman Reigns wins it and Daniel Bryan still he's like, I've never got my opportunity for a rematch at Brock Lesnar, and gets added back in. So I definitely agree with everything you just said. It's going to be a triple threat.
Well, we don't know for sure if this match will end up with yes, but we do know that Sting's answer will be yes to Triple H.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, them going on to WrestleMania, so obviously that's something that we didn't mention. I wanted to talk about the matches, but I mean, kind of, do you see Sting Triple H leading into a match for WrestleMania? Kind of what are your thoughts on the confrontation?
They put too much into this now not to have a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, you agree they have invested a lot of time. Like we mentioned on the podcast, the whole Survivor Series thing. What happened on a Raw in January, him coming out and letting the Ziggler, Rowan, and Ryback getting their jobs back. They've just been building for a program at WrestleMania.
Yeah, more so than the match itself. It's going to be interesting to see how Ric Flair plays, if he has a role in this.
Yeah, and I mean, that would be interesting to see if they do want to do that. I like that they brought him in just from the dynamic that him and Sting have had all the time in WCW, NWA, whatever you want to say. It was an interesting dynamic to add him into the mix.
You remember they had a match on the last ever WCW Nitro episode.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's why I'm glad that they brought it out. And obviously, Ric Flair being a mentor to Triple H, it just made all the sense in the world to bring him out and do that. Woo! I do agree. But that's I think that's all the thoughts we have on the Fastlane predictions. And you can rejoin us for segment 2 in this YouTube exclusive pilot. And we will catch you guys later.